The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Irojak.
And I'm Rex Lita. I'll join you later in the bulletin for sports.
In this edition, training on minimally invasive surgery underway, female music artists encouraged to grow art, and PM's 13 teams ready to embrace occasion. Transparency International PNG is calling for transparency in the investigation of public office holders to promote integrity. Citing the recent suspension of the commander of the PNG Defence Force by the NEC, TIPNG raised concerns that are inconsistency in the government's handling of investigations of breaches and apparent wrongdoings of public office holders. TIPNG Board Chairman Peter Aitzi, in a statement, said the actions of the government is leaving citizens to wonder how it has not suspended or removed other public office holders and even some cabinet ministers over allegations of corrupt conduct and breaches of public service codes. In TIPNG's 2021 National Integrity System Assessment of 14 sectoral pillars of national integrity, the main finding was that across the board, the legislation to promote integrity was inadequate and in place. However, the implementation and enforcement of those laws by office holders, including the NEC, was grossly inadequate. He added that the use of processes such as leadership tribunals to attack political opponents or those who do not side with the government of day was also a concerning practice today. The Octedi Mining Limited Board has granted provisional approval for a mine life extension from 2033 to 2050. This decision reflects the board's confidence in OTML's ability to deliver over the next 2 decades. The extension is based on the latest strategic business plan discussed during the board meeting held in Tabubil on September the 13th, 2023.
This momentous decision is a significant milestone for OTML, its shareholders, and the entire nation. It breathes life into OTML's vision, emphasizing the pursuit of excellence in mining, while simultaneously maximizing the value of mineral resources with a strong commitment to eco-friendly practices. The extension comes with several key factors enabling it, including a positive long-term outlook for copper prices, innovative waste management solutions such as engineered waste rock dumps, and a tailings storage facility aimed at minimizing environmental impact. Renewal of aging processing plant assets and strategic projects in progress also contribute to this development. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer Kedi Ilimbit expressed his gratitude for the board's decision, which coincided with Papua New Guinea's 48th independence anniversary. Ilimbit said the approval by the board is a welcomed gift to the communities where OTML operates and to the people of Papua New Guinea. He further stated that this extension is expected to generate over 30 billion kina in dividends, royalties, and compensation payments and taxes for the benefit of OTML's shareholders, communities, and the nation as a whole over the next 27 years. Jeffrey Innes, chairman of the OTML board, shared his optimism for the company's future, citing the confidence instilled by the latest strategic business plan. Innes said that OTML has tripled its value in the last 6 years, and the outlook is a positive one, adding also that the mine life extension reaffirms OTML's commitment to sustainable growth, economic prosperity, and community well-being, all underpinned by environmental sustainability, community development, and operational excellence. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 News.
A team of China medical specialists from the first affiliated hospital of Chongqing Medical University will be conducting training on minimally invasive surgery at the Port Moresby General Hospital. The Chinese team, working together with local surgical teams, will also operate on selected patients. The medical visit that commenced on September the 21st will conclude on the 27th. This is the second high-level visit from the team of China medical specialists from the first affiliated hospital of Chongqing Medical University. Today, the delegation commenced their week-long visit at the Port Moresby General Hospital with a donation of about 300,000 kina worth of medical supplies for minimally invasive surgery. Dr. Paki Molumi, Chief Executive Officer of Port Moresby General Hospital, says the partnership, established in 2002, has facilitated 16 visits and over 190 doctors and nurses visits to the Port Moresby General Hospital. It is through this partnership that the minimal invasive surgery training program has evolved in the urology field.
So far, they've donated over 3 million worth of instruments and consumables. So today is another 300,000 kina worth of donation to support the minimal invasive surgery at Port Moresby General Hospital, which the country is going to benefit a lot from that. And many patients have benefited a lot in the sense that when you do small pinhole surgery, the length of a hospital stay is very limited. Patients recover fast and they go home. Not only that, but very limited scar on the abdomen through this minimal invasive surgery. So that's the next level of surgery that we want to promote moving forward for Port Moresby General Hospital as the National Specialist Referral and Teaching Hospital.
Vice President, First Affiliated Hospital, Chongqing Medical University, is on his second visit to Papua New Guinea.
This cooperation project is to establish a minimally invasive center in Port Moresby General Hospital. For PNG side, I think it will improve the surgery level of the PNG. Okay, for my hospital, it is a great chance to get to know this beautiful country, and also it will enhance the people-to-people exchanges between our China and the PNG.
The long-standing friendship between the people of China and the people of PNG have been evidenced by the enduring cooperation in the field of health care, and with the strengthening of the shared community of healthy for all between China and PNG. The splendid story of friendship between the two countries and the people will certainly continue to grow and evolve.
The team of specialists will be conducting training on minimally invasive surgery at the Port Moresby General Hospital. They will be working together with local surgical teams to operate on selected patients. 1 ton of Trukai rice bags were given to over 2,000 displaced villagers affected by the recent volcanic eruption of Mount Bagana at Bougainville. This donation was made through the Bougainville Charity Foundation to support the organization's disaster relief program. President of BCF, Romulus Masiu, acknowledged the donations and shared that the donations will feed the affected villages in Piva, Torokina, and Wakunai. This is TVWAN News. After the break, new trading partners and female music artists encouraged to be serious with their art.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
You like serving on winning plus scale rice matchy pack? Scale rice like giving you plenty chance to winning plenty scale prizes. Kind price or sell 256 plus scale rice Nambi set, 192 plus scale rice Kemo Eski, not 44 plus JBL and Co speakers, 102 plus wireless microphone. To win, buy mini scale rice or oil rice products, write in full name and contact details below the back or receipt, and drop him inside the entry box. You get 4 per draws, 4 per fortnight, 116 per winners, and 16 per promotion locations. Just try us all. You got terms and conditions for this plan.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
Open bets.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him, Olgeta.
The Prime Minister's 13 blockbuster returns to Port Moresby after 5 years. Catch all the action from the men's and women's games this Saturday.
What a hit!
Hi PNG, watch the PM's 13 game this Saturday on TVWAN.
Can they make it 3 titles in a row? If they keep playing like this, absolutely. What a catch! What a catch! What a try! Time now, Hampton Brisbane to take on the Broncos.
Is now about to get underway here in the TSO full-length Grand Prix. MotoGP though in 2023 has been anything.
Welcome back. 2 communities in Manus province had a butter exchange ceremony to establish relationship and to maintain their culture while celebrating the PNG's 48th independence. Ahus Islanders in the Lelemadi and Bupichupeu rural elegy and Drehet villages in Pomutu, Koruti and Andra rural elegy exchanged gifts like canoes, axes and food. Ahus Islanders gave axes, bush knives, rice and smoked fish to Drehet villages, and Drehet villages gave sago and 56 canoes to the Ahus Islanders. Drehet village is on the main Manus Island and is about 20 nautical miles away from the Ahus Island. A couple days of paddling and the Drehet villages finally arrived and were welcomed to the beat of the Garamut and dancing of the famous traditional Manus dancing. Organizing Committee Chairman Charlie Kipit said it took 6 weeks for both peoples to prepare the gifts. The islanders caught fish and sold to make enough money to buy the gifts, while Drehet villagers cut and beat sago and cut out canoes from the mon tree. Ahus Island Councillor Michael Chongohan said the PNG leaders like late Grand Chief Sir Michael Somare, late Paliao Maloat, had dreamt of PNG owning its resources and making decisions to equally share with each other. They exchanged ceremonies in commemoration of the dreams of sharing resources within the country. The 2023 annual Bougainville Chocolate Festival will be bigger and better than ever. This year's festival will be held over 3 days from the 26th to the 28th of September at the Hujena Oval in Buka. It will be the largest event since the inaugural festival in 2016. The theme of this year's festival is Innovation and Information Sharing to Empower Farmers. A series of activities will explore and showcase innovative ideas, knowledge and information through the festival's demonstrations, competitions and seminar presentations. ABG Minister for Primary Industries, Geraldine Paul, said that the festival is an opportunity to celebrate Bougainville's cocoa production, which over the last few years has increased. The growth in production has stimulated economic opportunities across the cocoa value chain from household farmers to traders and exporters. More than 5,000 farmers across Bougainville will have the opportunity to participate in forums that promote improved industry processes and standards to drive higher quality and quantities of cocoa. A festival highlight is the chocolate competition, where international chocolaters judge, classifies and showcases local Bougainvillean award-winning cocoa beans. A panel discussion last night at the Pacific Break launch led to a call for more women in PNG to take music as a serious career and a considered path to take. According to panelists, female artists are beginning to join the industry, but more needs to be done to encourage it. Sitting on the panel last night was winner for Pacific Break 2022, Danielle Morgan, journalist and producer Tanya Bale, and Australian hip-hop musician and ABC radio host Haulatu Kefu. The panelists spoke about the importance of having more women in the music industry because not many are reaching out further enough to making a name for themselves. Prominent TV presenter, journalist and producer Tanya Bale shared that there were many PNG female artists, but there's not enough support and direction in the country so they can further their art.
Collaborate with your sisters, collaborate with your female friends, support women in music. I really think it's extremely important.
PNG singer-songwriter and the winner for last year's Pacific Break, Danielle Morgan, emphasized that PNG artists have so much potential, they just need exposure.
Definitely. There's a lot more female artists and musicians that are coming out, and it's great to see, a lot of the younger females come out, and they have so much confidence and they have such amazing qualities to their voices or their talent. And this is not just with music, it's across the creative side of things, creative industry. It's really refreshing to see that, there are girls coming out and they're like, no, we're going to do this. And there's a lot of support.
She acknowledged supportive male artists, and she applauded her band, who are all male, for their helping hand in getting her to where she is now in her career. Danielle's journey was showcased, and she performed her unreleased songs from her upcoming album, Crossover. It will be out next year.
Morning comes, I know that you're not mine. So I decided it was just fun. Maybe in another life, another time, we could write and rewrite our lives.
Also on stage was Ngaire, a Papua New Guinea-born, Australian-based R&B and future soul singer-songwriter. And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2750 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2675, $0.4144 Australian dollars, $0.2434 euro, and 39.13 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed lower, except gold and cocoa closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You're watching TV1 News. We'll have news from abroad when we return. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hey, you want talk? Want to win one of 4 Costa buses? Simply collect 6 SP Lager Red promo caps and enter the draw at a participating store near you. There are heaps of other great prizes to win too, like SP Hunters jerseys and other awesome SP Lager gifts. So enter the draw today for a chance to win. There's a bus to be won in Islands, Southern, Momase, and the New Guinea Islands. SP Lager, Bungi Mumi!
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trubla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Hiya, Mama. You eat them, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Hey, can I get a Virginia?
A what?
Morning King.
Tiny.
The green one?
Here we go. The Panthers are 80 minutes away from making their 4th consecutive grand final. Can they make it? Or will the Storm defy all odds and clinch a spot in the grand final, upsetting the reigning champions?
What a catch! What a try! Warbrick! First year of rugby league!
Good first touch and he got one. Oh, that's beautiful stuff. Really, really good stuff. These fans behind them, anything is possible.
Marker.
Let's go. Darren and I are traveling around the world to find some new perspectives on some very old problems. I can't believe this place exists. Searching for healthy, sustainable living solutions for the planet.
Merge where we live with what we eat.
And all who live on it.
Woo!
From Europe to the Amazon, from superfoods to eco-warriors, welcome to a culture that screams green and responsible.
It's time to get down to earth.
Here we go. This is it. Sail GP here in Italy.
Welcome back. There were notable absences from the speaker line-up at the United Nations General Assembly Climate Ambition Summit in New York, including the US, UK, and Australia. Pacific leaders have told the UNGA they want decisive action on emissions reducing and climate financing. Vanuatu's permanent representative to the UN, Odo Tevi, emphasized the UN chief's message. What we need is climate action, he said. Tevi called on the U.S. to provide every support to the vulnerable countries to be able to actually deal with those inevitable impacts that we can no longer to be able to adapt to. He said it was agreed that a climate fund would be set up in Sharm el-Sheikh last year, but Tevi said when countries met in the Dominican Republic earlier this year, the U.S. started working back on those commitments, making it difficult. He said looking ahead to COP28 in Dubai, after nearly 30 years of negotiations, the U.S. must make a clear signal of support. Outback Queensland is known as Australia's dinosaur capital, where enthusiasts can be part of unearthing history.
The barren landscape of outback Queensland transformed into a hive of activity.
I think we're at the forefront of new discoveries in Australia, and it just excited me so much.
Enthusiasts have come from all over Australia, paying more than $3,000 each to spend a week digging beneath the dry ground here at Belmont Station, near Winton. They're hoping to find a dinosaur.
I'm a dinosaur tragic. I love minerals. I love rocks. I mean, if you've been interested in dinosaurs your whole life, why wouldn't you take the opportunity to participate?
It's just so exciting because you're thinking you're finding something that's millions and millions of years old.
It's all about everyday people being able to do extraordinary things.
Armed with picks and brushes, the group exposes fragments of prehistoric bone before plastering their finds for transport.
It's just grown every year. It's become more exciting and more interesting, and people just actually keep coming back.
Grazier turned dinosaur expert David Elliott found his first bone 100 metres from here more than 20 years ago.
So we've had dinosaur digs every year since.
So far this week, the diggers have already found a toe bone, a hip bone and a leg bone they believe belongs to a sauropod.
You can then correlate bones that we might be finding at this dig with something that we dug up 20 years ago.
And if the volunteers need a hand, the camp dogs are always happy to help dig up a bone.
The rental crisis in the Northern Territory has left one couple with a baby on the way, unable to find a home in Darwin and forced to spend 4 months living in a tent on the outskirts of the city.
Maria Castillo and her partner relocated from the big city to Darwin a few years ago, seeking more space and a cheaper way of living. But this year, the reality of the housing crisis caught up with them in a way they never thought possible.
Oh, it's terrible. It's stressing.
Priced out and unable to find a home in Darwin, Maria spent almost 4 months living in a tent after returning from visiting family in Colombia.
Not good sleeping, back pains, headaches in the morning.
Working full-time and expecting a baby, life became significantly more difficult.
So every single night going 3 times to the toilet or like walking in the middle of the night. It was a pretty unique situation that I would never thought of I would live in.
In the June quarter of this year, the NT recorded the 3rd least affordable rent of all jurisdictions. And much like the rest of Australia, has failed to build enough housing to keep up with demand. As a tenancy lawyer, Matthew sees the real-life impacts of the crisis on a daily basis.
We're seeing rent increases, extreme rent increases. This is not just CPI increases, this is not the pressure around the increases of the central bank rates. This is pretty much just plain greed.
And according to Matthew, the Territory has the worst protections for renters in the country. Being the only state or territory without a bond board, the only place where rent bidding is not outlawed, and the only place which allows rent increases every 6 months. The NT government says it's working closely with the Commonwealth to progress protecting and enhancing renters' rights. But it's little comfort to Maria, who has since found a temporary home after posting about her situation on social media. But she fears that by November, when her baby is due, she'll be facing homelessness again.
Tuvalu could be one of the first nations to sink beneath the sea as a result of climate change, but that doesn't mean its statehood is up for discussion. The tiny Pacific archipelago's Prime Minister said Thursday, speaking on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. Kausea Natano said there had been unnecessary conversations in academic and diplomatic circles centered on the definition of a country under international law. He said Tuvalu's sovereignty is not negotiable, adding that his country would be working with the international community to bring it close to these distractions. Tuvalu's 11,000 population is spread across 9 islands that rise less than 5 meters above sea level, underscoring the extraordinary challenges it faces from sea level rise. 2 of the atolls represented on its flag of 11 stars have already disappeared, and even the higher lying areas could become uninhabitable by the year 2010. 2,100 as a result of salt contaminating its land and water supply. There is a growing movement around Australia for more status that celebrate the life and work of women.
Australia's statues, dogs, cats and lots of men.
When you look around Sydney's public domain, it's quite a sausage fest.
There are 135 statues in the centre of our capital cities. Just 23 of those, or 17%, are women. but there's a growing movement smashing through the bronze ceiling.
People are responding to the fact that this is an issue of justice, and it ties in with so many other ways in which women are made to feel and be invisible in our public spaces, to not belong to our national culture.
Advocacy group A Monument of One's Own campaigned for this statue of feminist campaigner Zelda Deprano in Melbourne, unveiled in May. Zelda takes Melbourne's tally of women to 5, or 20%, with 3 new publicly nominated statues of women planned. Brisbane has 3 women in bronze, and a statue of the Matildas has been promised at Lang Park, while Edith Cowan is set to join the 2 other women in Perth. In Sydney, cricket legend Belinda Clark was added to the SCG's Wall of Honour in January, with more to come.
I was determined to see the City of Sydney contribute at least 3 new statues of women to our public domain.
Canberra started the year with several Prime Ministers past, and the Queen. Since then, Army nurse Vivian Bullwinkle and Australia's first female MPs, Dame Enid Lyons and Dame Dorothy Tangney, have been raised. The capital's next statue could be this woman of note, Catherine Helen Spence, campaigned for by A Monument of One's Own.
Women are starting to take up space. Their voices are being heard, but also their activities are being remembered.
A monumental change.
Back home, Notofona Primary School, located 5 kilometers out of Eastern Highlands provincial capital Goroka, also marked the country's 48th independence anniversary. Interestingly, the rural school is as old as the country itself. Local and deputy headmaster Tuspa Rumapa said Notofona started its academic year in early 1975. School chair Jack Tuipe said it was double celebration for staff, students and the local community. In celebrating these 2 momentous occasions, the school hosted a sports carnival. They played touch footy, volleyball and track and field events, which included a cross-country race. Headmaster James Oiley said they will plan an bigger event next year and include a mini cultural show. They will also prepare for the Golden Jubilee of 50 years also for the country and the school. Meanwhile, Students or Greenhouse was overall winner for the sports carnival. That ends the news segment. Rex, what have you got for us in sports?
Thanks, Jasmine. For sports, we have a PM starting class this weekend. And starting this weekend, senior matches this Saturday. Join me later after the break.
Beauty is my business, but beauty sure is a tough game. Filters are great, but great skin, better. And that's why my skin deserves the best. So I choose self-care, soaps that gently nourish my skin, resulting in a radiant look, made with tropical ingredients. I trust self-care from City Pharmacy. So bring it on! My skin is ready and so am I.
William Hap Monimak belong 400,000 kina on-time roots rice. 600 per month mere by winning 500 kina each or get a fortnight. Na by got 4 big plow winner belong 25,000 kina each. Long enter, buy 10 kg roots medium grain rice, cut him logo long front long bag, write him name na number long you long backside, na put him long entry box long all participating store. Roots big for cash giveaway. No can miss out. Terms and conditions is up.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home with an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
Want more data for less? Get it now with Digicel's revamped Red Club. Enjoy data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Plus rollover data, the widest coverage, fastest speeds, and best reliability. Only with Red Club. Join Digicel's exclusive Red Club today and get loads more data for less. Yes! Data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Whoa! Join today for as low as 10 kilo weekly to access discounted data bundles and get more data for less. Dial *675# or visit the My Digicel app today. The Red Club, only with Digicel.
It's the Broncos and the Warriors, both red-hot teams fighting for a spot in the grand final seems forever.
Reynolds to Walsh. Walsh!
Can the Warriors go all the way to the big dance, or will the pride of Brisbane cruise through at home?
The Warriors' warrior goes over for the try, and the crowd scream up the walls.
Great set piece to start as well. And they're trying to break them open. And they're going so brilliantly. Collingwood will play in the preliminary final. Can you believe that?
Oh, that's as good as you'll see.
Look at that kick. A body drive from Jake Riccardi. The Giants fans are celebrating.
Underneath the footy at the back hill again. Big start, Collingwood.
Oh my goodness. That's as good as it gets. Then up over the halfway line, David Nofoaluma.
First up, Leigh City will be hosting a karate tournament this weekend after a 3-year hiatus. Tournament director Sensei Rickinson McCarra said they expect to host over 100 fighters at Sir Ignatius Kilaga Stadium's volleyball complex on Saturday and Sunday.
On Thursday, the 21st of September, members of the different karate clubs in Leigh met at the Sir Ignatius Kilaga Stadium's volleyball complex to submit their name list, entry and participation fees in preparation of this weekend's karate tournament. Tournament director Sensei Rickinson McCarra, who is also the president of the Morobe Karate Association, said as per the PNG Karate Do Federation calendar, Leigh was scheduled to host the Open title last week, but due to unforeseen issues, the event will be staged this weekend.
3 years ago, because of COVID-19, we didn't run competition. So we want to revive the karate back again for this year. The competition, it will lead up to the Pacific Game in Solomon Island. Some of the team from Port Moresby will be coming. We have a lot of clubs coming up from WOW and Ramusuga, hopefully from Vivek as well coming. We might not surprise to have Kimbe coming and New Island.
Sensei McCarra said they are expecting 12 teams to take part, which should equate to 150 participants. At least 7 of the teams will be from Leigh. John Nelson Warinak is a senior student called Senpai from the Lahi Shitoryu Karate Club. He started his training in 2013 and is ecstatic that competition has resumed after a 3-year hiatus.
So it's good that we have a competition like this to bring it back up to speed from what it used to be before the COVID. So I'm looking forward for it, and I'm happy that there's a lot of clubs also taking part for us to have a very memorable championship here in Leigh. I will be participating, representing my club, Leigh Shitoru Karate Do Club here in Leigh Stadium, and currently on my 75 kg category I'll be participating.
The tournament is open to the public with the gate fee set at 5 kina. Kamela Guare, TV1 Sports, Leigh.
The return of the annual PM Staten clash between PNG and Australia to Port Moresby this weekend is expected to rekindle a lot of emotions, passion and rivalry between the teams and the local rugby league fans. The rose and welcome reception that was accorded the Australian teams upon their arrival on Thursday was a real statement to the power rugby league has as a unifying sport, bringing the two countries together for the first again in 5 years.
the return of the PM's 13 to its original stomping ground this weekend has again brought the two countries together to come out and enjoy some quality and high entertaining matches in both the men and women, and for the first time the boys and girls. After the Australian team's arrival in Port Moresby, a combined media conference was held at the Stanley Hotel for all the captains and coaches. For the first time after his appointment to the top job as Kumul head coach, Justin Holbrook was humbled to give a brief overview of the team's preparation and how the boys are gelling together given the short preparation time. He said, though they've got a good mix with a lot of debutant in the side, the spirit is good.
Not sort of focusing on too much of the Australians, as you're all aware, they are, the quality side right across the field. They're always going to be, so we don't want to sort of get caught up too much in that. We just want to play the best we can and make you guys happy to come out and watch a good performance from us, and we'll give it our best. And what that is, I don't know, but I know that the boys are really keen and they're committed, and as a coach that's all I can ask, and I'll go out and do themselves proud on Saturday afternoon.
Putting his hand up for the captain's job, Kumul veteran Kyle Leibart said he's proud and ready to lead the young boys tomorrow.
Obviously, I'm really proud. Can't wait to get out there on Sunday and represent everyone from PNG and my family back home. I know he's super excited. He doesn't show much emotion, but I can tell he's really keen, and I'm really excited to be excited.
Meanwhile, South Sydney Rabbitohs enforcer and Australian captain Cameron Murray was blown away by the overwhelming welcome reception from PNG fans upon their arrival at the Jackson's International Airport, which should set the tone for the big matchup against the PNG boys tomorrow.
It was a pretty crazy experience back then. Just the airport scene's probably topped that already, so really excited to be here. Really keen to go and represent the Australian jersey again. Got a really good taste of it in the World Cup last year, and created some great memories, so keen to do the same.
Will be televised live and free on the digital TV1 channel both Saturday and Sunday. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
South Sydney captain Cameron Murray will have the honour to lead out an impressively strong Prime Minister Stettin side against the PNG Prime Minister Stettin in front of a sellout crowd at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby this Saturday. The main draw card will be preceded by the PNGDF and ADF women's match at 12 p.m. noon before the PM Stettin women versus Australian women's at 2 p.m.
Whilst all the spotlight has been on the Australian team since Thursday's arrival, their Papua New Guinea counterparts have been hard at training behind the scenes since they assembled in Port Moresby last weekend. Sadly for the media, it's been very difficult getting access to the team's training sessions. Going through protocol hasn't worked either, except for the team's arrival at the airport and a combined media conference that followed at the Stanley Hotel. For the main clash, which kicks off at 4 p.m, the PNG PM's 13 side have again been overwhelmed by another star-studded Australian outfit with 8 current players from the 2022 Rugby League World Cup winning Kangaroos, a handful of Origin stars and emerging Kangaroos. Coach Mal Meninga would be using the event to finalise his squad for the upcoming Pacific Championships this October.
A great opportunity, for the players to get a bit of match fitness lead into that as well.
For the PNG camp, it's been quite a whole new experience for the majority of the squad, who are young and new, to play at this level. Under new coach Justin Holbrook, it's another story in itself. Similarly, the PNG boys would be pressing for Kumul selection for the Pacific Championships. Sunday's rundown includes the clash between the junior Kumuls and junior Orchids against the Australian schoolboys and girls, while the main game will feature PNGDF and ADF men teams. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The Australian Prime Minister Stettin side centre Zach Lomax was one of the fans' favourites at the League Belong Life School Rugby League Clinic programme held at Port Moresby Rugby League Field this morning. When going through basic rugby league skills with the children, Lomax said it is an unbelievable experience for him. The much-anticipated PM Stettin Rugby League Feast is set for this Saturday at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby and fans are already fired up. Ahead of the Prime Minister's 13 match against PNG side tomorrow at the Santos National Football Stadium, Australian centre Zach Lomax said he is expecting a tough game against PNG.
I imagine it's going to be a real tough game. It's going to be very physical. We know what the Kumuls and their brand of football is. It's a tough brand of footy, and it's one that we're going to be up for sure. But it's just about enjoying it, playing it moment by moment, and just really enjoying coming over and just playing a tough brand of footy against the Kumuls. They're very passionate. They wear their heart on their sleeves, and yeah, we can't wait to be a part of it, that's for sure.
Lomax said the Australian team is aware of the type of football PNG plays. He said the PNG Kumuls love physicality. They play hard and direct, so it will be a great matchup. While anticipating a brutal match tomorrow, Lomax said the fans have been unbelievable to him and the rest of the players.
Yeah, mate, it's been unbelievable, like, to come here and see how the fans and all the people of Port Moresby really get amongst the players and you know how much it really means to them. It just it's unbelievable.
Lomax said this is his second time in the country. He knows the fans and he is expecting a raucous crowd tomorrow at the Mets. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports, PRL. Meanwhile, Lomax believes that experience of the new Kumuls coach Justin Holbrook will bring great value to the team and their performance. Lomax said Holbrook has been a top-level coach in a number of years in both NRL and Super League in England, and how much he brings to the team cannot be understated. The Kangaroo Centre believes Holbrook will not take much away from the PNG Kumuls boys, but prepare the boys to put up a good match.
Yeah, of course. I think obviously Justin's had a fair bit of experience coaching the NRL, so he's been there and he's coached the Titans for a number of years now, and so he obviously brings a lot of experience to the Kumuls. He's I don't think he would take too much away from the tradition and how they like to play, but it's yeah, it's a test that we're up for, and we're really looking forward to it, mate.
Penrith has made a crunch call on Jerome Luai ahead of tonight's preliminary final match against the Melbourne Storm. Penrith coach Ivan Cleary expects star 5 Jerome Luai to be targeted a fair bit in defence in his first game back from a dislocated shoulder after declaring the playmaker a certain starter for Friday's preliminary final match against the Melbourne Storm.
Jerome Luai is back on deck 4 weeks after his left shoulder popped out while trying to score a try against Parramatta in round 26 that threatened to end his season on the eve of the finals. But positive scans the following day had a two-time premiership winner convinced he could make a miracle recovery in time for the grand final qualifier, with Luai getting through Wednesday's main contact session. It's a huge boost for the Panthers, who also get centre Isaac Tango back from a pec strain, while halfback Nathan Cleary will play after he sent a scare through the camp on Monday when he was sent for a precautionary scan on a finger injury. While Brisbane Broncos will field an unchanged team for Saturday night's preliminary final against the Warriors at Suncorp Stadium. Coach Kevin Walters has named the same 1-17 that shut out the Storm 26-0 at home in the opening week of the finals. The squad has trained consistently over the past week after progressing straight through to the home grand final qualifier with the win over Melbourne. Captain Adam Reynolds' calf and Origin lock Pat Carrigan foot both came through the Storm clash untroubled after missing football in the lead-up to the finals. Brisbane's interchange will again feature Tyson Smoothie, Brandon Pukura, Kobe Harrington and Keenan Palacia. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
New Zealand have overwhelmed Vanuatu with a 27-0 result to confirm their place as Group B winners at the OFC Under-16 Women's Championship. The win has set up a semi-final match with Tonga on Saturday. New Zealand, the pre-tournament favourites, showed their credentials in the dominant display that ensured a 100% record in the group stages. 4 goals in the first half by centre forward Angela Pivek set the tone for the 90 minutes, with Captain Ella Zeres at the heart of the side's attacking endeavours.
For Putri Adriana, and Pivek just guided that into the goal.
Zeres herself grabbed 2 in the first 45 minutes to add to the score.
Captain Ella Jerez had some hard work, but on the left foot and a good finish.
For all of their effort, Vanuatu struggled to make an imprint on proceedings. The occasional foray into the Kiwis' half was the most they could muster. There was no left up in the second half, with Pivek adding to her tally and Zeres clinching her hat-trick just before the hour mark. Substitute Hannah Saxon and Pia Villok came on and duly scored as Vanuatu struggled to hold onto the ball. Victory for New Zealand sees them top Group B, with Tonga confirmed as their semi-final opponents. For Vanuatu, they will face the Solomon Islands in the play-off for 7th place on Sunday. Player of the match Angelia Pivek speaks on her side's win.
We are very pleased, and I think we just had to focus on obviously winning foremost. That's always a good thing, but just playing how we like to play and just focus on playing forward and using every performance to be better than the next one and keep playing like that. Yeah, very much. And I think a bit of preparation will go to that. And as I said, just playing better every single game and trying to build as a group. Obviously, we had our first training session together like 2 days before our first match. So I think just really focusing on our team chemistry and just being better every match. Yeah, I think rest is like always important to get your proper amount and also physical training, but rest is very important. So obviously we'll be working on our chemistry and doing team bonding and stuff, having fun in our downtime as a team because that's always important. Yeah.
Fiji will play Tahiti in the semi-finals of the OFC Under-16 Women's Championship 2023 after a thoroughly deserved win against the Cook Islands in their final Group B match. There was a frantic pace to the opening stages, with Fiji enjoying a territorial advantage and Cook Islands looking to exploit any defensive gaps. On the counter-attack, it was a moment of the magic that broke the deadlock within the first 15 minutes. The Cook Islands defense failing to clear following a long ball into the box, and when it broke to Cecilia Tuvo Kudilina, she drove her effort into the top corner. Fiji move on to a semi-final date with Tahiti on Saturday, whilst Cook Islands will have the opportunity to finish on a high when they face New Caledonia in the play-off for 5th place on Sunday.
We're going to win this game. I know that Cook Islands is a tough team. I was very excited, and at least our coach was very proud. As I don't know that I will be the captain, so I lead the example of my teammates. So I do my best to train hard. So we do our best, and God will do the rest. I'm very proud that Fiji, at least our friends, our family from Fiji. I know they are watching us. I know they are very excited. It's especially my family.
We wish. That's all we have in sports. Jasmine with the weather.
Thanks, Rex. And now we'll have the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern, isolated showers and thunderstorms with drizzles. Port Moresby, partly cloudy with possible inland showers. Daru, partly cloudy and windy. Kerama, a shower or two. Alotau, partly cloudy with a shower or two. Popondetta, brief evening showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Lae, mostly fine, partly cloudy. Medang, possible brief evening shower or two. Wewak, partly cloudy with few showers, and Vanimo, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, with areas of rain over New Britain and Arob. Lorengau, partly cloudy with brief showers. Keviang, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Kokopo, Rabaul and Kimbe, rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Buka, frequent rain showers and thunderstorms. Highlands, isolated showers and thunderstorms with rain drizzles areas. Mount Hagen, few showers and possible thunderstorms. Goroka and Kundiawa, partly cloudy with brief showers and possible thunderstorms. Mendi and Wabeg, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, seas rough with southeast winds of 25 to 33 knots with isolated showers. Solomon Sea, seas rough with southeast winds of 25 to 30 knots with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Bismarck Sea sees rough to very rough with high seas with southeast winds of 25 to 33 knots, reaching 47 knots over south sectors with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Pacific Ocean seas slight to moderate with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Coral waters forecast. Waters of Samurai Island to eastern and western Milne Bay Islands to Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Finschhafen. Seas 1.5 to 2 meters with southeast winds of 20 to 25 knots, with strong gusts reaching 33 knots. Isolated showers and thunderstorms with drizzle rain areas. And that ends the news tonight. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.